Are you getting into a relationship but your gut tells you something's off? Is she being super secretive when you ask questions about her past? Or does she casually mention other men's names in normal conversation? If you're looking for a trustworthy relationship, you might be falling into a trap. Let's save you from that today. If you want to know if she has had multiple sexual partners, just look out for some signs. These 10 signs will give you direct hints about how she has led her past life. Remember, it's not about being judgmental. It's about finding the right partner who will not play with your feelings and will commit to a long-term relationship. So stay with us until the end of the video and learn if an older woman is worth getting into a relationship with or if you should just cut ties as soon as possible. Number 1, extremely comfortable with physical intimacy. Did your first intimate time with her turn out to be worrisome instead of awesome? Did it turn out to be unexpected? I mean, you expected it to be amazing, but was it way too amazing? Was she too comfortable and bold with physical intimacy? Could be a sign that she's been there and done that many times before. If you are confused, let me explain. Instead of you being the person to make the first move, she initiates like a pro. An experienced older woman doesn't shy away from cuddling and kissing. Instead, she is open to more advanced or even unusual moves and takes everything you throw at her. You know what I'm talking about. As a guy, you can tell if it's her first time or if she's participated in the Kama Sutra Olympics many times already. So if your gut tells you that she is too experienced in physical intimacy, it could be a sign you should not ignore. However, at the same time, you shouldn't jump to conclusions too quickly. Some people can be naturally more expressive and talented in bed, so you must look out for other signs as well to ensure that she is the right partner for you. Number 2, avoids emotional closeness. There are times when a man, no matter how strong, feels emotionally vulnerable. During these times, he looks to his partner to fill the gap. A spiritual connection and emotional support are some of the most important factors in a relationship, because they help the couple endure hard times together. Sometimes, it's not even a tough time, it could be a guy seeking an emotional connection to feel good. But what if your partner doesn't answer your call? What if she is physically there but emotionally absent? An older woman who has had multiple sexual partners before might show such behavior and avoid emotional closeness. But can you tell if she is really avoiding the emotional connection? Let's say you're trying to build a conversation with her, but she seems to keep the conversation light and breezy, or quickly changes the subject when you try to talk your way into her heart. She instantly turns the conversation into a more casual one, almost as if she doesn't want to go there. This can leave you feeling a little empty, wondering if she's just not that into you or if there's something else going on. If you can directly feel it, maybe it is time to stop trying. However, it could also be a sign that the person is more reserved or has been emotionally hurt before. Perhaps you should give it a little more time before making a decision. Number 3, vague or inconsistent history. One major sign that she may have had multiple sexual partners in the past is inconsistencies in her history. Let's say months have gone by and you still can't confidently say that she has shared her past clearly with you. The things she shares are either too cloudy or inconsistent. For example, she tells you one story one day and a different story another day. These inconsistencies could include mentioning names of more than one guy, or she might mention a long-term ex in one conversation and then later say she's never had a serious relationship. She might describe a specific hobby she shared with a past partner, but that hobby clashes with her current interests. It's important to remember that not everyone enjoys reliving old relationships. Some people might prefer to focus on the present with you. However, if her vagueness or inconsistencies make you feel insecure or suspicious, it's worth a gentle exploration. So what should you do in this situation? Have a serious conversation with her about this topic and ask her to clarify her past. If she is truly interested in a relationship, her reaction will be more telling than her words. If she opens up honestly and fills in the gaps with warmth and clarity, that's a great sign. But if she continues to offer inconsistent stories, might hint that you should part ways with her before she plays with your feelings. Remember, you should never rush to these kinds of decisions. Relationships require a combination of time and open communication. Give it enough time and watch to see if her history becomes more vague over time or if she begins to share her past more clearly. After building confidence in you. Number 4, frequent last-minute schedule changes. Does she cancel plans at the very last last moment, and does it happen more frequently with you? These fluctuations in her plans can be more frustrating than fluctuations in the stock market. But did it ever cross your mind why it keeps happening? It is understandable if plans had to be cancelled for obvious reasons once or twice, but if it happens repeatedly, then something is definitely off. What's also worth noticing is that she always provides vague reasons for these cancellations. She may tell you that a surprise meeting came up. Surprise meetings don't come every other day. Or she may say a friend came into town, but she's very careful about not revealing the identity of that friend. My friend, you should not let her play with you like this anymore. Clearly, she is prioritizing something above your relationship with her, and this is a sign that cannot be ignored. It's important to remember that everyone has a busy life and things can pop up unexpectedly. Maybe she has a demanding job with unpredictable hours or a close friend going through a tough time who needs her support. However, if these last-minute cancellations are becoming a regular occurrence and you're feeling left out or unimportant, it's worth a conversation. Again, communication is key. Approach her calmly and ask why she has had to repeatedly cancel plans. Let her know that this is unacceptable to you and sort things out with her. Number 5. Compares you to past partners frequently. An older woman who gets into a relationship for the first time never compares you to anyone because you are all she has ever known. In the same way, if she has had multiple partners in the past, she might end up comparing you with her exes, whether she wants to or not. Comparing someone to another person can happen involuntarily and is a clear sign that she may have been with many men in the past. How can you tell if she compares you with her past boyfriends? Maybe she ends up saying that the beef steak you cooked at home is better than the one she used to enjoy with her ex. Or maybe she mentions how an ex used to love a certain activity you never suggested. At other times, when you fight with her, she may end up comparing your flaws with her ex-boyfriends. These comparisons, however subtle, can leave you feeling insecure and wondering if you measure up. More importantly, they can make you unsure of her past life and how many relationships she has had. So before you start to question your own capabilities, just breathe and tell yourself that the fault is not in you. A person who spends time with multiple partners will end up comparing them, and for that reason, you should let her know that you are not someone she can mess with. If she regularly compares you with other men, just leave her and let her know that you are not just another regular man. And if you watch this channel, there's a big chance that you aren't. Number 6. Highly secretive about phone use. Does your partner's phone suddenly become their most prized possession whenever you're around? Maybe they scramble to turn it face down, quickly switch screens, become super private about taking calls in your presence. This phone secrecy can be suspicious and leave you wondering if they're hiding something. The reasons for keeping her phone away from you are obvious. It could be possible that she is still in contact with some of her previous boyfriends, or maybe she just wants to make sure you do not get access to her chat history or images from her past. When you ask her to let you see her phone, she becomes dramatic, accusing you of not trusting her. This can leave you in a tough spot where you can't ask her about her phone anymore. However, before you jump to conclusions, know that there could always be a different story or a logical explanation for this. It's important to remember that everyone deserves a little privacy, and some people might just be very protective of their personal space. Maybe they have work conversations they don't want to discuss or value their alone time for scrolling. But again, if the relationship is strong enough, there always comes a time when the couple doesn't have to hide their phones from each other. So give it a little bit of time to see if she changes. If not, then you are fully justified in breaking up with her after confirming her phone activities. Number 7. Focuses on physical appearance. Like she can be very secretive about her phone, she can also be very conscious of both your appearance and her own. Maybe she spends a significant amount of time getting ready, constantly checks her reflection, or frequently compliments other people's looks. While taking pride in appearance is healthy, it could also be a sign that she may have been with other attractive men in the past. Now you may think, how is focusing on physical appearance in any way relevant to the fact that she may have had multiple sexual partners in the past? Well, focusing too much on her own, yours, or other people's appearance could indicate that she's comparing, contrasting, and potentially looking for external validation. It may also show that she had been dating someone with a similar appearance to yours. Maybe your hair color is different from her ex's and she likes it. Or maybe your physique is better than her previous partner's and she likes to appreciate it. If you notice that she likes to focus on people's appearance too much, it could be a sign that she had spent a lot of time focusing on different appearances in the past, and now subconsciously compares different people around her. Number 8. Many guy friends. Does she have a lot of male friends who she regularly spends time with or who seem unusually close? While it's perfectly normal to have friends of the opposite sex, an excessive number of male friends or overly close relationships with them might be a red flag. The main problem with such a red flag is not knowing who she had spent time with before you came into her life. This could be a sign that she has a history of getting involved with different men. At first, it may seem she just has a large social circle and likes to spend time with many people. However, if you notice that her guy friends are unusually close or she prefers spending time with them over you, it may indicate that she had relationships with these guys in the past. But before you get too worried, remember that everyone is different. Some people naturally have many friends of the opposite sex due to their work, hobbies, or personality. And if you know about her past, maybe she was just too sociable and loved making friends with everyone in town. Before you draw any conclusions, give her some time and try to understand her personality more. If you feel uncomfortable with her many guy friends, have an open and honest conversation about your feelings. However, remember not to accuse her or jump to conclusions too quickly. But if you notice any alarming signs like her texting her guy friends more often than you, spending time with them at odd hours, or being secretive about her hangouts, it may be a reason to reconsider your relationship. Remember, these signs are not definitive proof of her past. Relationships require understanding, communication, and trust. If you notice any of these signs, have an open and honest conversation with her. Understand her perspective and share your feelings. A strong relationship is built on mutual respect and trust, and it's important to give each other the benefit of the doubt while also being mindful of your own feelings and boundaries.